That's how much water was available there. The project will use only about 17 gallons 17 gallons per minute of water on average, and that is even a high estimate because as this being a project that has been designed to incorporate many green aspects of it. Aspects to the construction, there are numerous areas that we're looking to incorporate to reduce water usage on the property even further. One of them is to specify drought-tolerant landscaping, grass species, and also to incorporate bioretention areas and rain gardens to capture the stormwater runoff from the roofs and the hard surfaces, so that we can avoid having to irrigate those areas. The project also incorporates the town's hamlet design guidelines, in that it clusters the buildings in a grid pattern to minimize the amount of roadways and hard surfaces. As to the greatest extent practical, we've interconnected the roads or formed them in such a way that they may be divided by a substantial landscape area, so that there's no long inaccessible dead ends. We would have an emergency access out to Everett Road, and all of the development, I shouldn't say all, 95+% of the development has been concentrated on the northerly piece, the piece to the west of 207, and we contemplate only about 3 duplex units for a total of 6 units, which would be the only 3-bedroom units incorporated in the project. But that would be done on the east side of 207, where it would be more in keeping with the development that has occurred along 207. All of the rest of the land would be placed in a conservation easement or some other form that would be determined by this board or in conjunction with the planning board and the applicant, to preserve that most of the land for agricultural recreational uses. The last remaining thing is, I shouldn't say the last remaining thing, but one of the important things that one must consider when you talk about a project that is clustered and in essence is put on small lots is what do you do with the wastewater? We would have a central wastewater treatment system, but unlike most of the wastewater treatment systems that we've seen in the past for small developments like this, ones that were usually referred to as package plants, this would incorporate what is termed a constructed wetland. And that constructed wetland uses indigenous, naturally occurring wetland plants in a constructed sand bed that actually the plants provide the treatment, and they've been found to be extremely successful in a wide range of applications. Town of Floyd has one that handles sanitary wastewater from a business park area. There's another one not too far away that handles waste from a juice producer, which is actually very rich in nutrients, and the beauty of it is that it doesn't require any mechanical equipment to operate. It just relies on a distribution system in a sand bed, and the wetland plants do all of the work. The only mechanical equipment may be a pump at one end of it or the other to either raise the sewage to the beds or to discharge whatever does come out of the treated effluent to discharge to a stream. Along the westerly side of the property, there's an indexed New York State DEC stream, which is a Class C stream, excuse me, C as in Charlie. And the significance of that is because it is indexed, and it is a significant stream, the DEC will allow the discharge of treated wastewater effluent to that stream. That, of course, requires a permit from the New York State DEC, and the plans for that would be developed further down the road. Since this hearing is really just to allow the applicant to proceed, have the town board give the applicant the permission to proceed to the review of plans with the planning board. We're far from that point in the process. We have to get through the seeker process before we could even make application to the DEC for those things. Because it's a rental project, there would be a single owner. And that single owner would be responsible for all of the water and wastewater and the roadway and drainage systems within the project. There's what we had provided to the board in our August 10, 2009 submission letter was a point-by-point analysis of the standards that the board has to review and is governed by in granting the special permit for the planned adult community. And we've gone through it in that letter point by point. I certainly won't spend the board's public's time going through that again, but there are a couple points that we would like to emphasize. The project meets the area requirements and the access requirements to a state highway, state or county highway, which is of a paramount importance and consideration in allowing this type of development, planned adult community development within the town. It is in the RA zone, which is one of the two zones that it's also permitted in. We comply with all of the dimensional and area requirements. We have calculated the number of units in accordance with the code, and if you look at the plan, you'll see that there are approximately, I believe it's 230 units, but the equivalency, because there's a lot of one-bedroom and two-bedroom units, is 163 units in accordance with your code. There are a fair amount of wetlands on the property. We have taken those out of the calculation, and we have determined that there's 82.5 acres of unconstrained land, which exceeds the 20 acres that is required for this type of development. And as I said before, the project is located fairly close to the village. It's also just another point of interest is that it's actually just under 3 miles to the Metro North station at Campbell Hall. And as in my opening remarks, I pointed out that the Fair Housing Act allows a discrimination, if you will, in the rental age to 55 years and younger. So many of the people that would be in this, that would reside in this project, are still in the workforce. This is not a senior citizen project, as one would may assume when we talk about age restricted, but 55 and older As I said, many of those people are still in the workforce, so many of them don't want the larger homes that they may have raised their family in, and they are looking for a sustainable and smaller home.